Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another awareness session of Reconstructed Minds Incorporated in partnership with Positive Lifestyle Management and Ghetto Gospel Awakening the Sleeping Giant. My name is Shantario, aka Brother Midnight. Today, I got another interesting and important awareness session based on voters registration, or in other words, registration of voters. Um, you know, it's in it's imperative that we take the initiative. Initiative is doing something without being told to do it. In reference to the laws have been passed to suppress the rights of voters, we have to stand up and be counted. And this particular awareness session will be based on that particular subject. This will be part two of Stand Up and Be Counted. And we're going to begin this particular segment from a memo called the September 7th, 1987 letter, Words of Wisdom. And I'll read. It says, my word, my bond. When someone says, yes, I will, no, I won't, I do, yes or no, this person is usually giving his or her word to a particular someone or something. When someone gives their word, they are giving up something of value, something personal or important to them. They are, in essence, saying, you can hold me to that, or I commit myself to that particular someone or something. And I want to put emphasis on the 21st century vote. That is a very important initiative when it comes to registering our voters and educating the voters on the right people to put in our legislative system that deals with making the laws and policies that governs us. Just like within the organization, the law governs all events, and we have to take the initiative, brothers and sisters, to do that which is needed. But when you give your word to do something, you have to stand on that word. You have to be a trustworthy, honest person. You have to be a person of integrity and dignity. That's what it's all about. Being a special group of people with integrity and dignity. And we want to emphasize this as we go forth in educating our brothers and sisters and the youth on the importance of voters registration. It says a person gives a word to show that they can be trusted. When a person commits themselves, for example, to a baseball team, job, school, or a particular organization or a group of people, you are saying you will not default on this. If a person defaults on his word, they are usually ashamed, embarrassed, or looked down upon. And there's nothing to be ashamed of when it comes to growth and development, because growth and development is a lifestyle. And the definition that I want to put emphasis on is growth and development is lifestyle management based on organization. Organization is a unified and consolidated group of people with an executive structure that deals with the well-being of all its people. It's an executive structure of business and enterprise for individual growth and collective acceleration of the body as a whole. And we always have to remember, nobody will be waiting on anybody, but everybody will be somebody. And when that word is given, especially with utilizing the platform of the 21st century vote, we have to take the initiative and be the shining light in dark places all around this nation. This nation is suffering. The youth is targeted by our executive, legislative, and judicial system, and we must do all that which is needed to save lives. It says, no responsible individual with self-respect will allow upon himself this type of degradation or humiliation. And that word degradation, the root word for degradation means to degrade. In other words, look down upon. And humiliation, humility being the root word of humiliation. So a person of dignity will be aware and take the initiative to guard himself and say, Is my word my bond? Can I be relied upon and trusted? Do you give your all 100% to your commitments? If you do, then it's because of your dignity and loyalty. And loyalty, we have to put emphasis on this because the highest degree of loyalty is service. Loyalty is service and cooperation with the organized scheme of things. We are an organized people. We are a unified and consolidated group of people. And we are destined to be a reckoning power of people. That force, that word reckon means a force that has to be considered. It says, if you do, then it's because of your integrity and loyalty to yourself and your cause. Are being called brother of the struggle. Struggle is a movement. We are brothers and sisters of a movement. Our movement is based upon positive and productive growth and development. And you always have to keep this mindset because growth and development is a mindset. You know, it's a ever evolving process to growth and development. And always remember, positive organizations produce positive, productive people. It says, always be sincere when giving your word. Be a person to yourself and one that can be relied upon and trusted. Always be the type of individual whom people can look upon and say, there goes a person I can count on. You are a dependable person. You can be relied upon when things are going good or even when things are going bad. You have worked out a strategy within yourself that whatever is going on, I'm going to take the initiative. I'm going to look forward. I'm going to have a strategy that no matter what the circumstances is, I'm going to do all that which is needed to be the person that I can be. Not only for myself, but for the cause I belong to. It says additional literature and instruction. Oh, sorry about that. It says always be the type of individual whom people can look upon and say, there goes a person you can count on. The next letter I'm going to read from is the dawning of the second resurrection. It says, from the onset, we know that a re-education of our people had to take place. Over the years, many of you made good on the sacred promise to seek and conquer positive changes through education, business, law, politics, economics, and social power, which is based on our 4 initiatives of growth and development, which is educational, economical, political, and social development. It says, all of you among our special group of people have been on a journey. You've learned and saw many things. The basis of the journey was to seek out and conquer educational power, strengthen political ties, and progressively infiltrate the social ladder. In other words, move with purpose. It says, so that one would be in a position to establish economical stability. In other words, achieving not only wealth for your family, but generational wealth for future generations. It says, despite anything you may have heard on a street corner from a dude who professes to be a real live player, it is you, the special group, who are the true brothers of the struggle. We are brothers of a movement. We are the ones who are leading We are conscious. We are in the know. As I've said before, and I've said this many times over, Sigmund Freud said that there are 3 levels of consciousness. Either you're unconscious and you don't know, you're conscious and you know, or you're pre-conscious and you somewhat know. We want all the brothers and sisters to be knowing, to be conscious of what's going on around them, to be conscious of the importance of voters registration. And I'll be reading from this information that I have. This is section 163-82 6A, and it's based on address and name changes on stop sites. It says change of registration at one stop voting site. A person who has already voted, registered to vote, and the county may update the information in the registry record in accordance with the procedures prescribed by the State Board of Elections. But an individual party affiliation may not be changed during the one-stop voting period before any or second partisan primary in where the individual is eligible to vote. In other words, you can change your address as long as it's within the realm of the procedures of the county that you live in, but you can't do it at any time based on the one-stop voting site and their primary, it says first and second partisan primary. 163-82 7, it says verification of qualifications and address of applicant, denial or approval of application. This is very important, brothers and sisters. But at the end of the day, I want you to think about this, what it takes to move forward and what it will take for us to be that reckoning power of people.